I got a friend that has not been with the baby mother in 5 years. And whenever he goes to see his child, in order to keep things cool, he has to sleep with said woman.
Let's take a slide. Drip, drip, drop.
What up? What up? What up? It's our daily drip show. We got some quick drips for you. I got my man plain underscore Dame in the building. And what we about to talk about today, our squad, is about to be something crazy. But let's go ahead and introduce the man, the myth, the legend, plain Dame, as we talk about
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for
what we
having me again. Welcome
what,
to our daily drip. We about to hit you guys with some quick drips here. It's been so much going on, man. And my man's back off vacay, so we took a quick little break. His break was a little longer than my break, but you know how that go. But I've just been keeping my ear to the street and keeping my eyes open to the world, and it has been a doozy of stuff coming through that we definitely need to touch on, man. This one situation, I'm just super pissed. Super pissed on this one. So we're gonna get into it in a second. But yeah. Odd Squad, what up? Glad you all that's been able to tune in with us. Thank you all for the praises and the DMs. I love all the good and negative responses I've been getting. I love it all. I dig it all. Keep it coming. I'm not trying to be the Black Howard Stern like some of you have said, but I'll take the negative with the positive. As long as you paying attention, I'm winning. That's my
all right.
that's my motto. So appreciate
So,
you all for tuning in with us. And of course, always shout out to my homemate, my co-host with the most. She ain't with us today, but it's all to the goodness. We're gonna rep as we always do. And of course, we're gonna be back here on Friday to get y'all some real good drip, especially on the political front, because folks have been winning and folks have been upset by these wins that we've been getting. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna touch on that. But tonight, got a few things that we definitely want to dig into. I'll let my
all right.
man's take it from here.
All right. So we talking about the late night drip and what that late night drip on. I already put that little thumbnail up there. Let me go ahead and hit it back.
Yeah,
Kaboom.
yeah. Misspelled her name because she is wrong. Period.
I don't give a damn how you spell that
She
place.
is wrong. She is wrong. She is
I'll
wrong.
update that. I'll update that later. You know what I'm saying?
They don't gotta
You know,
update it. Don't act. She's just wrong. I want to cuss right now, but I'm not. But she is wrong.
All right. So what's the thin line between love and hate? You
And
know
it's
what
a
I'm
thin line between real and fake. You know what
saying?
I'm saying? So we're gonna dig into that. But yeah, man. So definitely gonna touch on the Haley and DDG situation. I've been sitting back, I've been watching different bloggers. I ain't gonna shout their name out, they don't cut checks to us, but just know that I've been kind of paying attention to this and been scoping it from a distance. And some people, no matter what we do, we can never be right from being wrong, especially in today's world when it comes to men and fatherhood with their children. I myself am a father of three. Thank goodness, I can honestly say that the soil I fertilized, I'm still kicking it with that soil. So I don't have the issues that most of you all have with the baby mamas and the girlfriend that sometimes feel like she's my wife, but she ain't my wife, she's my girlfriend, and we got the baby, and she get mad and she can play games with the baby, and I'm taking the baby, playing keep away with the kid and all this old I don't deal with any of that. But as a melanated man of my stature, I am constantly surrounded by people that go through this, on a big scale and a small scale. The only difference is they don't have a camera on them, documenting their steps and the stuff they're going through.
What's the
With
percentage of people that you think, that if you was to give it a high level percentage of people that that go through that in the black community, especially
that's not married,
not married? Shoot, if it can
uh,
be married too sometimes.
married too. Uh, throwing it out there, I want to say about a soft 87% of the people that I know
That's crazy.
are are in a lot of drama with their once significant other. And a lot of it's always a two-way street. It's either they don't see the kid enough, or they want to see the kid, but the the other parent is dictating how they see the kid, meaning that, oh, when you show up, you got to show up with a gift. You got to show, when you come to see your baby, you need to have something in your hand. You better, my pockets is a little empty, they're a little light. You need to bring me about 300. How your baby gonna play the game if we ain't got no electricity? How your baby gonna eat if you don't bring the Burger King when you come over here? And your baby got 3 other siblings that ain't yours. You didn't help make them, but those are the siblings. You supposed to bring food for everybody. All that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, just ghetto highlights, if you will. I've heard a lot of. I even had a friend, and I know he probably gonna watch this later. I ain't gonna snitch on you. Damn sure ain't gonna say her name, but I got a friend that has not been with the baby mother in 5 years. And whenever he goes to see his child, in order to keep things cool, he has to sleep with said woman just to keep her on the not taking him to child support stuff, to not creating drama, not showing up and just dropping the baby off at his mama house because him and his mother get along but don't get along. And she tends to side with the baby mama. Like when I say and I'm talking about even if she's in a relationship, where you think you going? No, I
Man,
need
this also remind me of the Erica Mena situation. Now I think about it. Man,
mm,
gotta, like stuff like that. It just get to the point where it be dangerous to
yeah.
it make you rethink, and everybody talking about why they be going here and going there? Because like people ain't
I
trying to
got
go through all that.
I got a friend that can have a wonderful situation with his child's mother. He actually has 2 kids by a female. Everything is buttoned up and beautiful until that man gets into another relationship. Whenever he gets to another relationship, all hell break loose. Like all of a sudden, the baby need 500 instead of his traditional 200 here,
Oh,
300 there.
it's the extra. You got more
What
estrogen than I want tax.
what about your babies? It becomes that all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, some of my friends, and in fact, I got female friends that got baby daddy issues. It goes both ways, you know. I got friends who handle it all. I watched them, handle it all. And the baby father is just absent. Now, granted, I don't get that person's side of the story, but I do know the character of the homie. You get what I'm saying? And I would like to believe I don't have a lot of bad people around me, but I will say if that is the case, I don't see it. But I've seen them hold it down to a degree where you like, damn, where's the daddy? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
where's the father? Then I got a female friend who baby father is cool. No problems, never had any issues. It was rocky from the start, but now they found their
See
symmetry
my son,
and
I'm a
making it work.
number it. Let's see. I know she gonna let me see my son now. This is the only way. Behind closed doors, I have not been able to see my son. Only if we on perfect terms and she around is cool. But if we not, I don't get to see him. I don't care to do girl content, whatever the fuck. That has nothing to do with anything that's work. That has nothing to do with me wanting to be around my son, like whatsoever. I don't give a fuck who she fucking, who she talk to, who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with. I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together.
Right. So what? So you kind of already spoke on that type of situation, and it goes to show about when a dude is through, they be through.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it ain't even platonic, right? It ain't, it get to the point where it's business. Ain't no feelings involved because all the feelings is for the seed, right?
man. Listen, I know. I I I got a family member that put himself on child support because he wanted to get rid of the threat that the female had, because that's all she ever threatened him with. I'm gonna go to child support. I'm gonna go to child support. He wouldn't put himself on child support just to
Like,
remove her
do
from
it.
being able to use that. He like, do it. He like, child support is never going to outdo what I do. Now you got to share with the state what you get from me,
Right, right.
and takes damn good care of the child. Child wants for nothing. I think at this point the child is actually she's doing very well. You know what I mean? In school or getting ready. I think third year in college at this point.
Okay.
But early in the game, it was a whole lot of, I'm gonna take you to child support. You're gonna be mad as hell. You're gonna be mad as hell. He went and put himself on child support. And then after that, she was like, well, I don't think you need, you don't need to come see you don't need to do this and that. And I'll let you know when you can come see your child. He went back to court, and now stuck. Now she couldn't do nothing because now it's court mandated that he could
Yeah, yeah.
see his child. Which with DDG, I didn't understand either. Like, why didn't you go get, when you have all that going on, you get the courts involved. They got money. It's not regular people. He's not a fireman some damn where. This man is a content creator, makes music. You know, I'm about to go get a lawyer. I'm about to have them situate how I want to see my child, because I don't want to even talk to you about it no more. We just gonna
Yeah.
let the courts get involved.
Well,
Which,
I'm gonna take it a step into it, and we're gonna do a little what if scenario. What if he did start this process because of how everything's been going down? Even in this case, this is March. He's been trying to see his sons. We going to March, and all of a sudden now he got a restraining order. All of a sudden against him. That's a tactic that has been used in order to start putting people on papers, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of
yeah,
the thing when you say, "Hey, I want 50% custody," and they say, "Oh, you want 50% custody? They're cutting the 50% of the money because now the baby with me half the time, so I ain't gotta pay no full ticket for child
right,
support no more because we split on Wednesday. Baby come with me, so you ain't getting no full thing. Wednesday to
right,
Saturday, you got Sunday to Tuesday. So that's
right.
that's how that can go. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because that
go
was that was my other question. I'm like, who is advising homie? Because you know the thing that kind of pissed me off with him was, why every time like whenever you get frustrated, you got to go on a live stream or you got to go on somebody's podcast and say, man, my lawyer is about to be handling this. I'm not about, especially when somebody getting Disney money, they don't want them courts involved in their business like that. Not in
that
their
is true.
personals, not to wear a contract and, a movie role possibly, some future monies get messed up. I'm not, no,
I'm
no,
gonna keep it a
we go.
thousand. I don't believe that she even got prospects no more. This is all she got. Like her being like this, you killing your career by doing this. You already
True.
killed your career as the mermaid when you had the baby in the first place. Can't nobody be a Disney character and a baby mama at the same time. That ain't how the
That's real.
Disney platform work, right?
Yeah.
They rather you be part of the community than
Yeah,
the
or you
than the
married, you got to be
yeah,
married. Got to have
right.
something going on. Optics is everything, and I understand that. So especially from a corporate standpoint, optics is everything. But my point is that when all of this was when the baby was born, when you first started seeing that this was going left, it's not like you ain't had plenty of examples of where this can go. You know what I mean? Like, you as a black man, you can't tell me you ain't got homies or you ain't seen somebody in your life that's been struggling with a significant other who was once on good terms and then went sour. No way. You're a man of means. So no, I'm gonna get my lawyers involved. The
That
the
only
parents,
means
the grandmas could talk about it then. If me and you can't come to an amicable decision on what happens with my child, I'm gonna we gonna figure it out, because I'm not feeling you right now. You know I'm not feeling you, and you're weaponizing my seed, you know, to get under my skin and piss me off. You're weaponizing it. You know I want to be in my child's life. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah.
It's more like a he has to talk in this kind of situation in order to not have his name slandered. You know, he in California making it seem like he the game instead of DDG. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He is it's a different character. He went to school, all that kind of stuff.
No, yeah.
That's not in the MO. Now he a wife rougher upper or whatever.
Right. But what I'm saying is that when as soon as I started seeing the game starting to be played more and more about my child, let me go ahead and call this lawyer. Let's get the
Hours.
lawyers involved.
Max. He's getting picked up, taken away. I can't come get him. Whatever. Like it's like I don't know what to do at this point. I genuinely don't know what to do, and it's like I'm just gonna come on here and just say what I say and then get off, go about my day. I just feel like this needs to happen. It needs to be some type of repercussions for this, because I'm not a deadbeat, nowhere near. I have inspired dads across the world to want to be in their kid life. Why make it harder for me? I don't know what to say for real. I wouldn't say this was an impulsive decision, but it's just, bro, I'm just frustrated, bro. Like, yeah, I could take it off that emote. I'm just frustrated.
Yeah, so he's saying he's just frustrated about not being a bed.
And I just don't know what to do. And I hate that every time I got something going good, it's always some type of drama, some type of something going on in my life. I've been doing really good. I've been keeping my head down, just working, waking up every day, working, dealing with this shit on the same breath. Nobody will really know. And she got this fucking golden image that I've also protected. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to keep doing that because I'm a real nigga. But this shit is foul, bro. Like, if I want to come get my son, I should be able to get my son. Plain and simple. And I wasn't even coming to take him. Like today, I wasn't even going to take him out because he's sick. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to just grab my son and go hang out with him downstairs. Me and her don't really speak like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to take my.
I heard that story too. She ain't want to, you know, we're quarantining. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know what to do with a sick child. I'm bringing a sick child out to the air or whatever. And I'm not in the same house with them. So I can't speak to what that looks like with them. I recognize when somebody's weaponizing a situation against somebody, you know, being a little bitter. She's moved on. He can't see his child. He can't take his, I mean, from what I've been seeing and hearing, he can't get his child and take his child overseas if he wants to. He can't. I don't think he can lead a state with the child. What I heard,
He can't have the kid on camera, even though that's both of their livelihoods.
can't have the kid on camera, but she can do it. She can go on vacation with the kid, with a whole nother man. It reeks of bitterness, is what it does. It reeks of bitterness, and I've seen it way too many times. Then you get women online, man. At some point, women, y'all real good at pointing out when somebody else is wrong. Opposite sex, you're very good at that. But this whole women stick together shit is getting played out. Y'all got to call a spade a spade. And I'm not talking about all women, but it's just a lot of it's a bitter ass congregation of women out there that cheer for anything anti-male at this point. This man is bearing his heart. Why he gotta go on live stream and do it? Why he gotta be on YouTube? He could have called, take us out the group chat. All this old shit. Now, if he was a totally a deadbeat, you know, if he was gonna be the reincarnated future, y'all would probably love him. Y'all would love that because y'all love to villainize a lot of men as well. And again, I'm not sitting here acting like all men are good. You know, I'm not saying every situation is perfect. Women go through hell and hot water. I was raised by a woman. I understand that. But we need to get a little bit better about calling out the BS when we see it. Because this is straight BS.
Right.
She
I think
goes
it's
in
more
interviews,
so.
no one ask her anything about this.
I think it's more so about having protecting a relationship for the good of a child instead of be amicable and not mess with each other and still be able to co-parent. That's really what it's about.
It don't take
Put
much.
put your feelings out of
It
it,
don't take
especially
much.
if you can't take away from him. You can't say he's a bad father. You can't say that he's a bad person.
Right.
Now everybody's human. They got their own things that they do. But from everything that I've seen, he's a rapper, sure, but that comes with his own things. He's not he's as close to Logic or that swim lane of rapper that I could come across, right?
Right.
But let's get into what happens next here. So training order that got put out.
Restraining order against her ex, DDG. Photographic evidence show her with a bruised arm and chipped tooth.
How's it feel, Mom and Dad, to be out?
Good. We're so excited.
It's amazing.
The couple's 2-year relationship ended last year. Halle accuses the rapper of being physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive, sometimes in front of their almost 17-month-old son. She claims DDG was violent in January when he took Halle for visitation. Quote, "At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back." There's been no comment from DDG, and a court hearing has been set for June 6th.
I get so protective. I'm like, this is my baby.
What's your drip on that? It's more so like a court of public opinion right now. So now he got to be quiet. He can't come out against none of this because now that it remind me of homeboy that Captain Jack Sparrow now at this point. Like we got, and it ain't no. At least he ain't had no baby involved, but it's still the same
It
situation.
is. It is drama. But again, what she's talking about, he supposedly did in January, right? This was all January stuff.
We ain't gonna date the show, but it's
No. I'm just saying in
summertime.
general,
Yeah,
this news is breaking in May, right?
yeah, exactly.
How long do it take for you to file a restraining order?
It take as long as somebody probably try to go get paternal custody.
I filed restraining orders because these bitches couldn't stay off me. It don't take long. It don't take long. I feel like that man probably finally decided to go ahead and get the courts involved, and she beat him to she beat him to it, but she also wanted to make him look really, really bad in public as well before they go to court June 6th.
Yeah, because it's
Restraining
family
order
court.
filed in May.
You ain't gotta prove that in family court. You just gotta say that in family court.
Exactly. But I'm saying the timing of it is what I'm looking at. And again, I'm not in the same room with them. I don't know DDG personally. We don't know Halle. We don't know these people, right? I don't know what kind of hell she could have possibly been going through. We really just know his side because he's been more verbal about it. But it don't take 4 months to file a restraining order. Maybe a few things pushed her to that, but keep in mind, like I said, her arm was bruised and she got a chipped tooth. January. Court hearing June 6th. Restraining order filed in May. It just sounds suspicious to me. I will wait and see how this plays out. Nothing about this sounds super kosher to me. It sounds like we playing the game. Like the lawyer probably told her, go file a restraining order.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's part of the package, right? You
Part
gotta
of the game,
have
yeah.
it.
Because it's not like she could say, well, I want half or whatever, because they was never married. It's
Right.
just baby mama drama. You know what I mean? But
Got my homeboy like I said, Captain Jack. Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
right.
Yeah, but she wouldn't said that all of that was going on, right?
Yeah.
So now we gotta go through that, and he gonna have to go through. He gonna have to do a Captain Jack. He gonna have to go that route, and I know he don't want that because that's his mother. That's the child. That's the mother of his child. But now he gonna have,
I
in order
mean,
for him to continue to make some, he gonna have
Jane, that was cold with it. He took it out of California and took it to a remote city somewhere else, where far away from Hollywood, to where he figured he'd get a fair shake.
And that's what he gonna have
Yeah.
to go through somebody that had some similar drama.
Giving it away to nobody. Ain't nobody gonna take this. I'm gonna shoot, stab, and kill over mine. And I'm gonna protect this bottom line at all cost. I've earned it, and I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna protect it as hard as I've earned it. That goes for all my homies, anybody in my family, anybody I ever marry again. If you think I'm about to just give it to you after I worked this hard to get it, you definitely got me confused. You definitely got the wrong one.
Yeah. So, he was talking about baby mama 2 and 3.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
this is what you gonna get, man.
That, my friend, is called end game. That's the end game. That's after his meltdowns, public meltdowns, him becoming a meme, the embarrassment of it all, because he chose wrong twice. When you're a celebrity, you're a target. Now, DDG's case, in his case, we're talking about 2 celebrities, right? One may be a little bit more famous than the other, but it's a game being played, and at the end of the day, who's going to suffer? The child. Child got to be, got to grow up and money doesn't fix everything like everybody think it does. Me and the producer, we have friends that have money and they're royally messed up because of early parental movements that was just god awful, that affected them. But yeah, man, Tyrese is in game. I feel like, they're gonna be okay. I mean, they're gonna figure it out, but it's obvious there's definitely a chess game being played, and unfortunately the baby is a pawn in it all.
Yeah.
As with Tyrese, same situation. His
And
kids have been
sometimes
pawns.
you gotta play the long game, and so many fathers have to, where to protect themselves at some point, because it could even be dangerous as far as some people try to have their baby fathers deleted, all types of crazy stuff because of how you
Yeah,
feel. And
yeah,
so you just got to separate yourself from the situation and be like, you know what, you know, how they used to do with the Vikings or whatever. Yeah, I killed your daddy, and if you feel the same way, then you come and find me, and then
yeah.
you hash it out there, like that kind of thing happen.
Right. For my day drippers out there, looking at this situation, and I'm not gonna speak to my people that got kids. I'm gonna speak to my people that have yet to have children. Seeing this stuff go on, is this do you kind of understand why certain people unsubscribe to being a parent? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying, can you see why people unsubscribe to being a parent, dealing with stuff like this? Throw me a few comments in there. Let me know what you guys think on that one. And also, how much are you willing to put up with for the sake of keeping peace in your child's life? Random question. That's something that because that's a conversation I've had with a lot of fathers and mothers. I just want peace. I just want to keep the peace so my child don't have to see 2 disgruntled adults behaving like little babies.
Right. And now we come to a situation where you got like that going.
His 18-year-old daughter moves in with Tyrese Gibson. Tyrese Gibson, a famous actor and musician, made news with a family development. Shayla, 18, apparently moved in with her father. Tyrese's $10,000 monthly child support payments to his ex-wife, Norma Mitchell, will terminate. In January 2025, social media indicated Shayla had moved in with Tyrese full-time. Given their difficult background, this option is crucial for father and daughter. Shayla reportedly wanted to reunite with her father following years of apparent alienation due to custody fights and charges between her parents. Since Shayla was born on August 17, 2007, she turned 18 in August 2025. There are questions about whether she made this decision before her birthday. Child support ends at 18 in California unless a child is still in high school. Therefore, this transition has legal repercussions. Support may continue until age 19 for high school students. Tyrese's finances have also affected this story due to a stated downturn in earnings.
I know the second she moved out, she was punching the air. But I'm pretty sure at some point his lawyers got a reduction on how much he was paying monthly as well. You know what I mean? So, and she probably was like, you know what? I want to go stay with my daddy. I know his one baby mama, the second one who left him, she was homeless.
And
She was
still be
homeless
keeping
for
the
a time.
kid though. Like, get yourself together. No, you can't have the baby is eating chicken out the garbage now.
Bring me my baby.
Yeah.
You know, she couch surfing and all this shit. Bring me my child. Bring you vagabond. I want my child. You go off and do what you do. Go do 15,000 podcasts. Leave me my baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you out here, and it's women, it's a lot of women out there. I go
doing that. Go shelters and everything.
I go live in a shelter before I go get my kids to him. What? You got it all wrong. You can't even keep your damn phone on, but you want to keep them baby. Make it make sense. You can't even get the baby the first period. You can't get the baby to school because you don't have a vehicle. But demonize that man who actually have means. You know, the one you let go raw and decided that you was gonna have his kids, and it didn't work out. And he probably telling you the whole time, bring me my babies. I'm not obligated to take care of you, but I want the best for my child. Bring me my child. Bring me my child. She like, nope. You gonna pay that $700 and something every 2 weeks. You gonna pay that such and such monthly. You gonna pay that until I die or they turn 18 or 21. And you getting those checks, and what are you doing with it?
Getting your
Baby in there, you whooping the baby because the baby keeps saying eat. And you got lashes and shit.
Can't
Baby
get
like
them no more. Tariff was hitting that, but we gonna get on that later.
Noodle, please, Noodle, shut up. You whooping her because she want cheese toast. And you can't make it because you done spent the damn money on whatever. Get these babies to these able-bodied parents. Stop using these kids as pawns, y'all. I'm talking to you. You in the back with that damn sitting there with the bucket of chicken, licking your fingers while the baby in the room, you know, smelling like a urinal because you know you neglecting her because you want to be a day dripper. Because he ain't talking about me because I take care of my baby. She ate twice this week. You unfit.
Thank you for not cursing. You have grown.
I'm sorry. That bothers me because I know how I would be about mine. That's probably why my wife's still with me because I probably choke her out about my kids. Allegedly. Not that I would ever have to, because we got a beautiful relationship. We in love around this bitch. But bottom line is, I'm not about to go through that. And on top of that, I like to believe I was a pretty decent judge of character, because a lot of you all know that you're dealing with some excrement of a person. You know this. You knew that from the gate. You just thought they were attractive. Guys, you knew what it was when you seen her wearing the 5411s back in the day. 5411s and a bodysuit. And I'm talking to my 90s fathers that had babies in the 90s that went through hell and high water. You saw that body dress and you got beside yourself. You saw them bop flops and you was like, ugh.
Let me see you go back. Ooh, it's the LIYAA.
Right. Right. And in the 2000s, you were talking about, I like the way she do that right there. You know what I mean? And you knocked that up. And and then some of y'all getting pregnant by dudes you only know their Instagram handle. you only talking about some plain Dame is the baby father. What? My name
His name Charles, right?
My name Demetrius. Who is plain damn Dame? Ain't nothing plain about me. You ain't know that man real name. I wanna know your name. Your name. Unfortunately, he's anonymous.
Right.
What's his name? No Rubber. No Rubber.
So we thank y'all for joining us on this one. You know what? Before we do that, I ain't gonna do it like that. I need you to do final on this situation before we get out.
I'm like,
right, it's over with.
Go ass out of here. Plain Dame that don't wear condoms.
No.
Yes, I do. Yes, I did. It's not mine. No, but pray for my people out there, not just my males. yes, I'm speaking for a male's point of view because what am I? I was born a male. So naturally, I'm going to see things from a male point of view. But for my parents out there that just want to make things right with their significant other that's not quite significant anymore, but significant to their child, let my women, let these guys see their kids. Now, if they don't want to be in their kid's life, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Things went sour, whatever. You can still communicate with the parent. Now, if the parent is one of those excrement, you know, grandparents that believe everything that the male or the female say, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Live y'all life. Y'all gonna be strong. We pray for these babies. You know, we're gonna make sure that they good. For my drippers, like I said, you guys don't have any children. Pay attention to the people y'all decide to date. You know, don't get caught up in the glamour of a nice body. Don't get caught up in these fantastic lies you're being told. You know, that guys are gonna say anything to get in. They're gonna say anything, baby. You know, I just love watching Golden Girls every night. They're gonna say anything to get in.
And that's messed up anyway. It's fleeting. Like you gonna choose based off of body, and then that body got bought anyway. You wonder why, you know, your daughter come out shaped like a box. You like, hey, where this come from? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And all of that you you know, like you thought that you was gonna have some kind of genetics or whatever, and next thing you know, you
don't know what you
baby
made.
daddy got his legs did and everything. He ain't 6 feet. He actually grew up. He was 5'1".
That dude was 5'3". And you trying to figure out where this tiny baby come from. I was sleeping with this tall guy. Either way it go, start making better decisions about the people you decide to lay down with. Cause I mean, you know, it's a whole nother abortion is one thing. Women hold all the cards these days. They do. Talking to my guys on this one. Women hold all the cards these days. So you gotta make sure, first of all, the biggest problem is that you all are quick to lay down with any and everybody. Don't know the person. You know, we still believe in marriage around these parts. We still believe in matrimony. Because if you're gonna sit there and lay down with something, don't strap up, want to go raw, going in it raw. And the circumstances are the circumstances. Now you got to live with that. And now you got to make some really, really adult decisions. And I'm going to tell you all a secret too, especially if you laid up with a plus size woman. That plan B don't work for them, baby. It don't work for them. It don't.
Next thing you know, you're going to be walking real slow down the street, and then you're going to throw your jacket over your shoulder and everything and spin. And then the street light is going to come on. And then all of a sudden you're going to go up on your toes and everything. And then you're going to be like, you know.
Plain Dane once told me, be careful what you do. Don't run around telling young girls lies.
Woo.
Don't get real out here.
Yeah.
Know? Let's get real out here. So just make better decisions, man. That's it. Make better decisions. And if you made a bad decision, live with it. You know, Shafika, Shatika, Ratika, that's your baby mama now.
You chose.
You chose. Every cave is open. I don't mean we need to walk in it. Every door got a knob, and some doors are much easier to open than others. That don't mean we got to twist that knob every time and pull, especially if you ain't pulling out.
All right.
So keep going on this, man.
Right.
I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all lives. But yeah, just be careful who you guys lay down with, man. We praying for DDG, man. We hope him and Halle figure it out, man. They got a beautiful baby. Nobody needs to be going through what they're going through publicly. And shout out to Tyrese. Glad you got your baby back, sir.
Reflecting on the wet concrete in this daily drip shows hypnotic heat. Every step we take, synchronized and bold. Underneath the storm, our stories unfold. In the city glow, our fashion never old. We drip in style, conquer hearts uncontrolled. Watch us move, watch us go.